Becoming the next monarch after Queen Elizabeth II is something Prince Charles has been preparing for his whole life. He was just 3 years old when his mother unexpectedly became queen at the age of 25 after the death of her father, King George VI. Today, she is in her late 90s and the longest reigning monarch in British history, making Charles the longest-serving heir apparent. He's certainly qualified for the job, but one royal expert says he isn't looking forward to it and is actually terrified of taking the throne. Here's more on that, plus why a commentator suggested that the timing of when he will become king has been keeping the Prince of Wales up at night. Commentator gives reason Charles may be worried about taking the throne in the near future. The royal family's reputation has taken a hit in recent years after Prince Andrew was accused of sexual assault, and Prince Harry and Meghan aired out dirty laundry during a televised interview. The Duke of York has pretty much been banished from public events and can no longer carry out royal duties. But the Duke of Sussex, who has admitted that he and his father are not on good terms, is releasing a book that's due out by the end of the year. The Daily Mail's editor-at-large Richard Kay opined that Prince Charles isn't thrilled with the timing because he has worked for years trying to win back public approval in preparation for when he does take the throne. Thanks for subscribing and liking. I think the difficulty for Prince Charles, every time now Harry opens his mouth, he's seen to chip away at his father's credibility, Kay said, per Express. They have on the horizon Harry's autobiography or memoir. We don't know what's going to be in it, but we do know he has spent some time digging into his mother's relationship with his father. They must be dreading the publication of that book and what it will mean. Kay added, "We're edging closer to the Prince of Wales becoming monarch, and every time these embarrassing situations erupt with his son, it reminds people about why they have had problems with the prospect of Charles as king." Author explains why Charles is terrified and dreading the moment he'll become king. Royal biographer Penny Junor believes that the Queen's oldest son is actually dreading the day he ascends the throne for another reason. Speaking on podcast Royal, Penny Junor claimed this is a moment that he has been dreading all his life really, because his achieving the top job, the job he's been training for and preparing for all these years, does inevitably mean the death of his mother, and he loves his mother very dearly. The author predicts that when that time comes it will be a very vicious week for the family. Junor shared her thoughts saying, "It's going to be a very vicious week. I am sure that he is pretty terrified of the whole prospect. He is a very emotional man and a sensitive man. He did take the death of his father very badly. He takes the death of any loved one to heart, and I think it's devastating for him as it is for anyone who loses a much-loved mother." What Junor said about Charles is the reason many people think Prince William doesn't like discussing the day he will be king. The Duke of Cambridge doesn't want or need to be reminded that both his grandmother and father will have to die before he can become the monarch. Write in the comments what you think about this. And at the end of the video I ask you to subscribe and like. Thank you.